The man who led the Jaguars to 2 AFC championship games comes back to oversee what we're told will be all facets of the team. Tom Coughlin is introduced as Executive Vice President of Football Operations, and Doug Marrone speaks to reporters for the first time as the new head coach. Coughlin was interviewed for that head coaching position, but says the executive role is the job he prefers.
For his part, Shad Khan made it clear Coughlin will have final say in all football matters, including the player roster. Chris Parento is looking at the winning culture these new hires hope to bring back to Jacksonville. But we begin with Sam, who has covered Coughlin since he joined the Jaguars the first time. Sam.
Mary, sometimes Tom Coughlin's reputation overshadows what he truly is, and that is a very highly organized and successful football coach who has adapted with the time. A great leader who today modified a bit what we heard from him when he was first the head coach here. As he said, great leadership first starts with service to others.
What else is there? What the hell would you be doing this for if it wasn't a win?
It didn't take long for Tom Coughlin's fire and passion for his new job to shine through.
I mean, let's not make any misunderstandings about why we're here. This is all nice and dandy, but winning is what this thing is all about.
From his job as head coach and general manager of the Jaguars to his 2 Super Bowl wins with the Giants, Coughlin says he has the job he wants at this point in his career. He outlined what renewed success in Jacksonville would mean to him.
Having an opportunity right now at this particular time in my career to have an impact on a team, to see that team again rise to the position of winning the division, being in the playoffs, that would be most meaningful to me.
There's a deep relationship between Coughlin and Doug Marrone. Marrone was one of 2 names Coughlin gave to Shad Khan of coaches he thought could win here, and according to Khan, Marrone was ecstatic when asked about coaching the Jaguars with Tom as the VP.
Sam, I think it just really, maybe it's in front of you, but I really didn't quite make the connection till, Tom told me.
I feel good about being able to, how you apply that is something that I'm excited about. Like I said before, I have, coach will be down the hall now, so it's going to be easy, and I'll have Judy on speed dial if I have any problems.
Although the names and faces are familiar, it feels like a new start for the Jaguars. Marrone and Coughlin with different styles, but the same philosophy.
Make sure that we don't confuse effort with results. A lot of people, we can get a lot of people to give us great effort, but, it's a results-oriented business, and the business is winning.
Today, Tom Coughlin even quoted the famed cellist Pablo Casals, saying that Casals still practiced every day, which means that he thinks he's still getting better. And Doug Marrone said at one point, "I try to earn the right to win every day." And Tom, I wonder whether he knows that that's the name and the title of Tom Coughlin's second book, Earn the Right to Win.
I'll bet he does. Thank you, Sam. At the news conference, Shad Khan made it clear he wants this team to win starting now.
Channel 4's Chris Parento looked at that aspect of these personnel changes. Chris.
Mary, over and over again today, the new leadership for the Jaguars talked about the fans, how passionate they are, how patient they've been, and how much they deserve a winning team on the field. Tom Coughlin, Dave Caldwell, and Doug Marrone all say they're committed to giving those fans a winner starting next season. New roles, more than new faces, were the theme today as Jaguars owner Shad Khan introduced the organization's new Vice President of Football Operations Tom Coughlin and head coach Doug Marrone.
Judy's really excited about it, which makes it a big plus for me.
You're never going to be the type of organization that you aspire to be if you can't collect more smart people than the people you're up against, and I think that's one of the stories with this whole process.
Bringing back the franchise's original head coach in his new role is something that has already been a boost for the fans. Team president Mark Lamping says he already saw the energy as he ran into a fan while leaving the stadium last night.
I asked him what he was doing here. He said, I just went in to buy a couple season tickets. I said, what motivated you to buy the season tickets? He said, I'm a big fan of Tom Coughlin from Boston College.
Coughlin says as he walked out into the stadium today and looked around, it brought back memories of when he was here the first time. He says the resources the franchise has now set up for success, something that Lamping says is much more important than the excitement of any hiring decision.
The excitement that really matters is the excitement our fans get when the team wins. And hopefully the announcements today gets us closer to giving our fans the type of product on the field that they've missed for too long.
One thing a lot of fans have been asking is, at now 70 years old, how long Tom Coughlin hopes to be in his new role. When he was asked that today, he gave a very definitive answer to that question. I'll have that coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Live at the stadium, I'm Chris Parento, Channel 4, the local station.